All right. So everyone should be at this website now. And so you're all going to go to 11th grade. So you're going to click on 11th grade. And then it should have your guideway. I'm going to zoom in really quickly so you can see it. And so it's going to ask you to continue where you left off. And so you can click on that. And everyone should be at the resume builder. If you're not at the resume builder, you need to complete step 1 so that way you can get here, okay? And so you should be following along with me on your own screen. Just click continue. And so I already started mine, so mine's going to look a little bit different than yours. But it should just start with your name and address. Is that correct? Or personal information? Okay, so you need to put in all your information. I know that the only ones that are required are the starred ones, but when you're creating a resume, you want to put in your address. Because they usually, if you don't get hired from a company, they usually mail you back saying thank you for applying, but unfortunately at this time, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So please fill in your information. I will wait until everyone is done. All right. So once you're done with all of this, and I just want to color real quick. Once you're done with all of this, oop, that went bad. Okay. You're going to click continue. So now we're on to step 2. All right. Next one should be your employment objectives. Okay. So if you have a specific career that you want to do, like if you already know what you want to do, then you just gotta kind of find it in here. Like mine was like high school teacher, and I couldn't find it forever. And then finally I went to secondary school teacher, and it's like right there. And then so go through, find your career. And if you don't have a career yet, like if you don't know what you want to do yet, then you can go to continue without selecting a specific career goal, okay? So you can click on any one of these. And actually, when I clicked on mine like this and I went to this next one, nothing like popped up in here. So I don't think it really matters which one you go to. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't try. You can only click one, I guess. All right, so once you click on your employment objective, whatever career you want to do, or if you don't want to pick one right now, then you just kind of continue on. So let me go find my secondary, because that's kind of what I am. All right, so now you're going to write a short paragraph, and when it says short paragraph, it means like 2 sentences, okay? It can be a general objective, so like you want to get like it's kind of like what your goal is. So I want to be a secondary teacher. So my goal is to become a secondary English teacher at a public high school. That's literally all I need there, because that's kind of my goal. So if you want to be an accountant, or if you want to be a therapist, or wherever you want to be, you can write that in there. If you're just looking for a job, then you put that down. My goal is to find a part-time job to help me pay for my college education. Or my goal is to join the military and blah blah blah. I don't know what military people do. So you're going to come up with a sentence or 2 here. And then once you're done with that, then you're going to click on my objective is complete. Okay? Pause the video. All right, so once you get done with your employment objective, you're going to go to my objective is complete, and you're going to click on that. All right, so the next one, and your screen might look different than mine because I've already kind of done this. So you're going to go to skills and qualifications. And this Iowa is really cool in the fact that it's kind of already got a lot of things that you can put in here, because you went through step 1, and if you did it with actual, like you actually tried on it, it's got all of these different things that you have that are skills. And so apparently I put that down as one of mine. Yeah.
2 checkboxes for that one.
And so, like, I know how to evaluate student work because I've graded papers. So I'm going to click on that one. And then you click on insert bullet. Oh, wait, maybe not. And you go to add skills, sorry. And then it shows up on your screen. So these are all the ones that I did, and I didn't go through it with as much rigor as you guys should have, just because I was trying to get to the resume part. But I mean, I can teach education and training programs. I can work as a member of an education team. I can operate word processors. I can write down ideas. I can prepare materials. So you just go through yours and you click on all the ones that you want to do for that specific job. Okay. So I mean, if you want to be an accountant, it doesn't really matter that you can follow travel directions.
Mr. Guru,
Mm-hmm.
I was checking through the list and the screen went black and it took me back to new tab.
So you're gonna have to go back and do it again. It'll save where you left off. Okay. We had some trouble with that on Friday. No, no, you can literally just click all the ones that you want to work with, and then click. Yep.
It's not stuff that you can already
No, it's stuff that you can already do or that you want to do. Yep. And then so, and then you just add them, and then once you're done with that, you can move on to the next part. I'm gonna give you some time to go through all your little boxes, and so, all right. So once you're done with all the skills that you want to add to your resume, you do that. It's complete, and it should take you to the next step, which is work history. Okay. Now, if you've never had a job at all whatsoever, and this can be for like volunteering as well, then you would just skip it and move on. But I'm gonna guess that most of us have had at least one job of some sort. Then you add it. Yes, Colton.
Well, what if it's like a job where like you don't necessarily interview, like it's kind of like volunteer, but not exactly. You still put it in there.
You would still put it in there. Yep. Especially for a beginning resume, you would put it in there because any work stuff helps out. But if you're going for more specific stuff later on, then you would kind of tie it to just that job. So like when I applied here, yeah, I worked at Hy-Vee for 7 years, but that doesn't really help me be a teacher. And so I kind of like I put it in there, but really quickly. And so yeah, so this is your work history, and since this is your first resumes for most of you, we'll go with just kind of all your stuff. So to add a job, you click on add a job, and then you put the company's name. If you don't know like their address and stuff, you just have to Google it to find it. So I am working for North Tama High School. My position is a teacher. The address and stuff's already in there. Now let's say, okay, so now it's asking for the start date. Normally they don't ask you for the actual like you start on August 8th or whatever. It's usually just kind of the month and then the year. And what you want to do, you want to start with the most recent job that you've had. Okay, and if you had like a summer job, but you've had it for several years, like the tasseling or something, then you would just that whole time you were employed technically. Okay, but let's see here. I started here '08 August. Let's see here, 3 years ago, so 2011, and I am still here, so I'm going to put present. And so once you're done with that, then you're go down here. And this is what your job duties, responsibilities, and accomplishments are. And there's a little thing here that says action word list. And that is key because you want yourself to sound really good on these resumes. And to do that, you need these action words. Don't just say, I did this, I did that. You want to use these kind of words, kind of buzzwords, to get your future employer, hopefully future employer, to actually pay attention. And if you look down here, you can do all these things, okay? And so let's see here. One of the things I have done is I have created lesson plans for several classes. So down here, there's all these different ones. So add, so created, and then you just kind of type in the rest of whatever you did. So yeah, Hy-Vee, wash dishes and stuff like that. But to make that sound better, I wrote down maintained a sterile working environment. That's just really big fancy words for washing dishes. People do that all the time on resumes, and so that's what you need to be doing as well.
Oh, what do you put for like detasseling corn?
I I don't know exactly. I've never detasseled before, so
All you do is pull the tops off.
okay. So once you add a word down here, you then put up here created lesson plans and be as specific as you can be. Okay. So create lesson plans for high school students, grades 9 through 12. Okay, there's one. Let's see here. What else have I done that I can add in here? And instead of created, I could have put developed. I could have put designed. Um, let's see here. Or facilitated, organized. Um, let's see. Or wrote, supervised. Supervised students, grades 9 through 12. Because technically I do that during study hall, or right now I'm supervising you. I'm making sure you guys don't kill each other and let Tony's KD go way down. Oh, that's recorded too. Crap.
Way to go.
You had one job.
And so just kind of go through in here, kind of find these like buzzwords. Um, and I've been on like several committees here. Like I'm on the calendar committee for next year. I'm on the technology committee, and so I would put those in here. Um, so I gotta find the right word for that. Advise. So I advised administration on the school year calendar. Something like that. Okay? So whatever job you've done this for,
Mine's on.
then just go back. If your browser X's out, you just go back to it. It should save at the last place that you were at. It will. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys some time to work on this part of it. We'll see how much time you need depending on how many jobs you have. And then we'll move on to the next part here in a little bit. Alright, so when you're done with this job, you go to the description of the job is complete. If you have more than one job, I would add all the jobs you can. I'm just going to put one because that's all I have. So now you're going to go to education and training. So you're going to add a school/program. So school name. So you guys went to North Tama High School. I'm going to put Clarion Gofield because that's where I went. If you would add another school, yes. So in your if you've been to more than one high school, then you would put. I would just stay here, okay? So if you've been to more than one high school, then I would put multiple high schools. If it's been for like an extended period of time, like if you're there for a year, I would. But since you were there for like a month, then I wouldn't, okay?
What about like elementary school?
Nope, just high school. Employers don't care about elementary; they only care about high school. All right, so let's see here. Iowa. Let's see here. I went to Clarion. So, if you are, listen, you guys are still juniors right now, so you guys are still attempting to get your high school diploma. Okay? Yep. Major program or course, a study. You guys are just taking your general eds, okay? I'm putting high school diploma because I got mine. You don't have yours yet. So attempting. So you would put attempting to, okay? And then start date. They're asking for the month and then the year. So you guys are juniors right now when this year started in 2013. So sophomores when it was 2012. So you guys were freshmen in 2011. Let's see here. I started 2001 because it was 9/11. End date. You guys are still in high school, so you're gonna put present. I graduated in May of 2005. Yeah, because you're still in high school. Once you guys actually graduate, then you guys can update this, and then you can make it the end date.
So what year did we start?
You guys started in 2011. 08, 11.
Do we need the exact date?
08, 11, because that's just a month. So it was August. I don't know what date. Okay? So once you're done with that, you do the description of this program is complete. You, present, because you're still in high school. Okay? I knew you guys were going to say that.
You have something to say,
Then once you guys actually go through like college or whatever you're planning to do after high school, then you would add in your university. So I went to Iowa Central, and I went to Fort Dodge. I got my associates in arts, which is your AA, and my course of study was English education.
What's a BA?
Bachelor in arts. Associate is 2 years. Bachelor is 4 years.
The job that you got after school for 4 years.
What? From Iowa Central. I went to UNI afterwards. So let's see here. I started there in 05, and I left there in May of 2007. And then I would put University of Northern Iowa. Shh, I'm still recording. Quiet. Cedar Falls. I got my bachelor's. That's your 2 years. In English education. What's the name of that one again? I started there 08 of 2007. And I graduated there. When did I graduate there? 12/10. Yeah, that's right.
Sure.
Yeah, because then I sub because then because I subbed there. I subbed for a half year. Then I came here. So yep, that's right. All right. So then once you're done with that, you go to my education and training has been completed. So now you go to certificates and license. So maybe some of you have like CPR training or first aid training. That would be where you put this at.
What about
Okay.
a driver's license?
No.
Does it have to be updated?
It
Or
should.
you just like say like, yeah, I had this last year.
I would say it has to be current.
Okay.
So like for example, some of the trainings that I have, teachers have to be CPR certified, first aid certified, mandatory reporter certified. There's another one I'm gonna guess that I'm missing that I don't remember, and so you'll put those all in. Okay. So accomplishment and activities, these are all the awards that you've won. If you've been on the dean's list or whatever it's called, the honor roll, or if you won like the president's award and all that kind of stuff, this is where you would put it. Even for like athletics as well. Okay, if you were on that state championship winning football team your freshman year.
No.
Oh.
I did go to the school, so.
Yeah, I did go to the school.
No, that doesn't count. Then you'll put that in there.
Can I put that I was on the state basketball qualifying?
Yes. Yes.
Can we put that for football too?
No, you were managing.
Can we put that for football then? State qualifier for football?
Wait, and I can put
Yeah.
state track.
Yep. All those things.